Nitro Math has been leaked and it is absolutely wild. We've got two things. First of all, this channel named Faded somehow got onto Nitro Math and uploaded 3 minutes of Nitro Math gameplay. So we're going to be reacting to all of that. The description is just "Sorry Travis," which I honestly find is so funny. And then later on in this video, I also found out a way for me to experience a little bit of Nitro Math for myself by getting on the website. But first of all, let's react to these 3 minutes of Nitro Math footage. The video starts basically in the garage, showing that it is the same garage with the daily rewards as we see on nitrotype, but then we can also clearly see some differences. First of all, a bunch of pages obviously aren't working right here, but then we also have the Nitro Math, the beta with the plus minus thing at the top right there, which I honestly think looks amazing. On the profile page, we can see that it actually, wait, we're gonna go back a second there. It says, we can see that it says, when they go to public profile, it says games played. So Faded has like 223,000 races, I presume, and I guess when you're on Nitro Math, it transfers to games instead of races. I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but I'm assuming this is the race count version for Nitro Math. The season looks exactly the same, the shop looks exactly the same. However, when you're choosing a race, it looks like they click race and then they get to choose what type of math they're doing, which is very interesting, and I very much like where this is going. But like when you click race now, there's one digit addition, one digit subtraction, addition, bills and coins, skip counting objects, multiplication 1 to 10, multiplication missing factor, division 1 to 100, division estimating, and improper fraction to mixed number. But I was not expecting them to go that far. I was basically expecting them to stop at division and multiplication. However, they do have one thing beyond, and that's transferring fractions to other mixed numbers, which honestly is a little bit harder than I was expecting Nitro Math to do. But it looks like you're going to be able to choose from all these different math categories, which is great for skill-based. I was kind of expecting them to rank their ways up, but organizing like this allows people to practice certain types of math, which means even if you're like more skilled to go in here, you can still go back and practice things like that. So I really appreciate these types of options. And as you can see, they are going through the friends list. You can see it's the same thing when you're selecting a friend's race. One thing that's really interesting is you can see this little thing at the bottom here. It's a new thing on how to play, which I really appreciate. A little tutorial right there. And you can see they're just selecting different types of races. It loads up, and the track is big. This looks incredible. I mean, I've seen a lot of people criticizing that, but we're gonna get to that in a second. It looks like when you're waiting for players, obviously, I don't think anyone else is online, so the website's not up. They're not actually gonna be waiting. No one's gonna arrive. But I guess when you're waiting for players, you can just kind of drive your car around and collect nothing. However, when you are in the race, you're gonna be collecting very important things. So the amount of jars you see here is what number you're supposed to find. So that, see how there's like 5 peppermints in each jar, and there's 3 jars, then you're going to try and find the number 15, and they're just going to keep finding whatever number shows up, allowing you to do quick math. And I think the score is based on how many of these equations you complete in this little timer shown at the top right here. So you can see there's like 20. They boom, find the 20. This one's only 5 peppermints, you go hit the 5 peppermints. However, as you can see there, if you accidentally hit the wrong one, you take some sort of damage. I'm not exactly sure if that just slows you down or if that makes you lose a point. It's kind of unclear at this point. There's also a mini map at the top right hand corner of the screen. This is a pretty small map, so I'm not exactly sure what that's about, but I suppose it could be helpful if you're trying to get back to the center of the map for whatever reason. The center of the map, of course, has the beautiful Nitro logo, and honestly, I really like this design. There's a few things in here that feel kind of forced, like trails. I honestly think the trails look kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure they just needed a way to transfer trails into this game mode. I don't know, they just kind of look off to me. And then it also seems like you can just click numbers on the keyboard. If for some reason you're just racing, you can just like really quickly hit the 1 key and flash up emojis. So it looks like you can use the emojis in the race as well, and I really appreciate that. So far, I think they did a very good job of implementing everything from nitrotype into Nitro Math. And then we've got like all the users right here in the top left-hand corner of the screen, which is really cool. You can see everyone against each other, and you can see points. I can't make it out on this video's resolution, but I'm assuming when you gain a point like that, it just shows up there on the score, and I assume this is a moving leaderboard. That's just a guess though. This could just be a list of players, but I also think this could very well be a leaderboard. When you finish the race, you got that little animation. Pause for a moment there. That animation looks weird. Like, can we mention this? Like, you're just chilling, running around a track like such, and then you clip to this screen? That's a little bit confusing. And then there's also only 3 spots here, so is this a 3-person race? Can you go more than 3 people? I'm kind of assuming right now that maybe this race Faded jumped into was particularly a 3-person race, and maybe you can have more racers. I'm not exactly sure. In the original Nitro Math leaks, they were planning to have more than 5 people, but again, Travis or Austin or someone commented on the video and said that was completely false. I do think that would be a better idea to reduce lag in games, because nitrotype can lag a lot, honestly, and they might start having a Club Penguin problem, you know, where certain games they keep adding in continue to lag more and more. But as you can see in this footage, then we get the race results screen. It's pretty much exactly the same, except you can see different things. New high score instead of new high speed, I'm pretty sure. Accuracy bonus is a B-. So that's another really interesting thing. Instead of grading you in like 97% correct typing, this will do B- math. So every time you get a number wrong, maybe your grade goes down and it gives you a bonus. But there's also session games instead of session races, which is very interesting. Originally, I assumed Nitro Math would also be a racing game, and even though this one kind of is a racing game, it's more of like trying to collect different things amongst a map, and it's not as much everyone racing against each other for speed as nitrotype is, which is very, very interesting. And then of course there's the gold member bonus, first place. It's generally the same race results screen, and then there's of course this little like review thing right here, because I'm pretty sure nitrotype or Nitro Math or Nitro, I guess you want me to call them in general, teaching.com is going to be trying to get as much like feedback as possible. I'm a little bit worried about lag on this thing, because I know for people with like pretty bad school computers, nitrotype can already lag quite a bit, and so when I see something like this where your car is running around a world, you get to choose where it goes, and you're like collecting all these like little pop-up things, and there's like math going on here, and there's like emojis, and the trails like bend, and the multiple animations going around the screen, I have some worry that nitrotype is gonna have the Club Penguin problem. If you don't know what I mean when I refer to that, I doubt any of you do. Basically, Club Penguin started adding in these updates later in their franchises, particularly like around the water and fire card elements. This is probably way out of most of your guys' realms, but those games started to lag way more. My point is, they're both website games, and Club Penguin started implementing new games to themselves. However, the developers were on good computers, and the players were not. So then it caused this huge problem. Nobody could properly play those games, and I'm slightly worried that'll happen to nitrotype right here. However, I'm not gonna judge any of that till I see it, of course, because right now it looks to be a pretty good game. However, I do want to talk about the criticisms of this, which you can see directly under the comments of this video. Thanks for the vid. Not huge fan of the gameplay right here. Wish it was like the old previews. Nitrox right here, hypey. People talking about botting this game. Honestly, that's gonna be harder to do. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what botters do, and that's not being like trying to like encourage botting, but like this seems a lot more complicated than just typing, you know what I mean? SNT made me obviously isn't liking this. Dark S707 isn't really liking this. Ultra Team FNTINT Hub. Yeah, there's lol Slither.io. I was thinking that exact same thing, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, it seems like there's quite a few people kinda unhappy with this design. I think they're mainly just happy because it's not like nitrotype. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a nitrotype game, or it doesn't feel like typing. And that's exactly the thing. It's not nitrotype, it's Nitro Math, and it's an entirely different game, which is very interesting, and it's much more different than I was expecting from nitrotype. Now, what I said when I was gonna get to the end, I actually got early access to the website, kind of, and I did go go on the website, and you were able to get onto this screen that you see right here, that I was able to get here. However, they patched the glitch. It's now you have to be like a nitrotype admin to be able to sign into it. I was purposely saving me going onto that website for the video. However, I couldn't help it. So when I was on stream this morning, I visited the website to give a few of you guys a little hit of what it was gonna be like. And thank goodness I did that, because if I hadn't went to that website earlier, I would not have gotten to be able to experience the site early, because now nitrotype patched the glitch and it's completely set up. However, I was able to get on there before they patched it on stream. So we're gonna be playing the stream clip right here. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to go check out Faded. They'll be linked in the credit section of the description, and I'll see you all in the next video. Sold out.